So, Foxman here. Now, today was an epic day. Went to the movies with some friends. Went to go see the Avengers. If you haven't seen it, and you've been anticipating going to see it, go see it. It was awesome. Now, the Avengers starts out with Loki, which really, I think he's a bit overrated. He's a trickster, and that's about it. All he does is pull tricks. He's not really strong unless he has the weapon, which he gets in this movie. So, he is hired by some unknown force to make a portal that will transport their army to Earth so that they can destroy it and take us as slaves. Which, that's what I got from what they were trying to accomplish. Now, he goes to Earth through the cube that was seen in Captain America, which the Germans had and were using as a power source for their weapons. Now, the cube, which was lost in the sea, was found by Howard Stark and given to S.H.I.E.L.D. They have been trying to weaponize the energy source that it puts off in case of an attack like what happens in this movie ever came. But they never had a full chance to finish the weapons. So, they start going around the world gathering the Avengers. Bruce Banner, Captain America, Howard Stark, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. But Hawkeye was actually taken by Loki and put under his control. Thought that was fun. Now, Thor doesn't come in till after they have captured Loki, because he's actually very angry with Loki, and he wants the cube and Loki to go back to Asgard. He wants Loki to go back to Asgard so that he can be judged their way and punished their way. Now, I'm all for that, but that doesn't go down. Because Howard Stark, aka Iron Man, kind of disagrees with this and fights him off. But Captain America, like the meanie he is, stops the fight. And you know how Thor's hammer is supposed to be all-powerful? It can't even break through Captain America's shield. That was awesome. So, they all form a team after they've all met at the helicarrier, which, if you don't know what it is, it's a giant ship that doubles as a flying fortress. It's pretty cool. You know, who wouldn't want a giant flying fortress that is full of jets and army people that just do your bidding? Now, they're all aboard the ship. They have Bruce Banner and Howard Stark to track the cube. They need Bruce Banner because he is an expert in gamma radiation, and he's the only one who can track the gamma radiation that is given off by the cube. Which anyone could do it, but it's such a low frequency of gamma radiation that only he can do it. And Howard Stark is needed for this just because he has the technical know-how. Captain America is actually catching up with all this technology pretty well. He still doesn't use it as much as he could, but he's old-fashioned. What do you expect? Okay, so they capture Loki. He's put in a cell that was made to hold the Hulk. And his flunkies actually come to rescue him, which actually works pretty well. Now, if you remember from Iron Man and Thor, the white guy shield agent with the crew cut and suit. He, in this movie, becomes really badass. He gets this weird weapon, which he actually points at Loki and he's like, "Do you see this? Even I don't know what it does." And he starts to power it up, and what he's actually looking at is an after image, and Loki is really behind him with the spear, and he stabs him, and he dies. It's sad. But right before he dies, he actually fires the weapon at Loki, and it's like a giant heat blast. I would say more of a disintegration ray or beam, that kind of thing. I would say it damaged Loki pretty good. It was funny, because as soon as it went off, he's like, huh, that's what it was. Now, you're probably thinking, wait, he said Bruce Banner. That means the Hulk. Yes, he is there. He unleashes himself like 2 to 3 times. He actually gets in fights with everyone except Stark. Stark's too smart to fight with Hulk. Now, he actually, the first time he transforms in the movie is when uh, Loki's flunkies come to the helicarrier, and he's kind of freaking out about this. So they get a grenade that explodes in the room with him, and Black Widow is also in this room, and it blows out the floor. Black Widow and Bruce Banner are trapped under pipes. She's trying to calm him down so that he doesn't turn into the Hulk, but he does anyway, and he kind of smacks her around a little bit. Then Thor comes in and starts beating on the Hulk, but like always, Hulk wins. Thor wasn't even a match with his hammer. That's how much the Hulk cones. So after this, everybody's kind of separated. Um, Howard Stark, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Captain America all go to Manhattan, because this is where they find out is the setup for a machine that harnesses the cube's energy to open a portal that will bring forth the army to destroy the world. Now, Stark is the first one to get there, and his suit is kind of messed up. So he changes out of his suit, and is just talking to Loki himself. He even offers Loki a drink, but Loki doesn't want it. Don't know why. Me personally, I would have taken a drink, especially if I was in that position. So how Mr. Stark gets thrown out of a window, and he has a new suit prototype. It's kind of like a jetpack that can fly to his location. And it's flying down, and he changes into it in midair, which that's pretty sweet. And right before he hits the ground, he just flies away. Now, he goes back, roughs up Loki, but he can't stop the machine because the cube emits an energy field that is impenetrable. Everybody converges in Manhattan. Even Hulk gets there. Well, Bruce Banner turns into the Hulk, which he actually has pretty good control of when he makes himself turn into the Hulk. Yes, in this movie he has the ability to control when he turns sometimes. Now, they're all fighting, and everybody is finally doing a good job of being a good pair. So, Bruce Banner and Thor fighting with each other, not against each other. They're actually teaming up, and they break into Grand Central Station, I think it was, and they like beat up everybody in there. And Hulk and Thor look at each other like, yeah, that was awesome. And you know how bros punch each other in the arm, show good job? I think that's what Hulk was trying to do when he did this, because out of nowhere, after this little yeah moment, Hulk just goes wham, and you just see Thor fly, and I think the Hulk snickered. It was funny. So I don't know. Like, next funny part is also the Hulk. Hulk jumps into the Stark Tower. Loki's just standing there. So uh, Hulk's just staring at him, trying to punch him. Then Loki just comes off randomly. I will not be bullied by a meaningless worm like you. I am above you. And right as he's saying, I'm above you, Hulk grabs him by his leg and just starts slamming him all over the ground. And then he just wham, just completely fist slams Loki into Stark Tower. And Loki's just laying there like, that just happened. Wow. So, as Hulk is walking away from this, he's just like, puny god. It's like he did it like it was nothing. And it was funny because for the rest of the whole battle scene, you don't see Loki. He's just laying there like he crapped himself and doesn't want to move. Which is probably what happened. So, they figure out that the only way to shut down the machine making the portal is to use the spear that runs off the cube's energy. Because even if it's the cube, it can't fight itself. So they use the cube, shut down the portal. But right before that, Shield, the people who are in charge of Shield, send a nuke to destroy Manhattan. Tony Stark intercepts it and changes its direction to go into the portal and destroy the mothership, which is sending all of the alien forces into Manhattan. Now, he actually lost communication with Jarvis while he went through the portal, and everyone thinks he died because as soon as the nuke explodes, they stab the portal generation machine, and it starts to close. But right as it closes, Tony Stark's just falling down, and they actually notice that he's like unconscious because Thor's like, wait, he's not slowing down. And he's like spinning his camera showing he's about to fly. Then out of nowhere, Hulk catches him. And then he just lays him down. They lift up his mask. He's like not breathing. Because while he's while he's in space, his chest piece stopped working. So, Hulk's like getting mad. You can see he's getting anxious. And he just yells at him. And he's just like, oh my god, what happened? Did anyone try to kiss me? He's like freaking out, hoping nobody tried to kiss him. He's like, and everything turns out alright. They defeated all the aliens, and it was just happy ending. But the people who were in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D., they weren't happy about the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, the Avenger agents that took leave after this. They're like, but Nick Fury actually held up for him. He kind of says, well, they did just save the world. I think they need a leave of absence. So, that's basically Avengers. Boxman here. Come back tomorrow. Gonna have a new video for ya. Don't forget, subscribe, share, spread the word of Boxman. Become a Boxanite. I know, sounds lame, but it's not. See y'all tomorrow. Have a nice day.